Personal branding. What is it all about? Do you know what personal branding is and its importance? Are you sitting near a window? Can you just step out towards it and look at what's outside? You know what's outside? 8 billion people. 8 billion people who don't know you. Now, if you're a student, you're ensconced within the walls of your university. The day you pass out, you're going to walk into a battlefield. A battlefield gets even worse if they don't know you. But out there, amongst those 8 billion people, there'll be millions of human resource heads who don't know you if you're not personally branded. Or if you're a young budding professional, or if you're a young budding entrepreneur. Does your target demographic know who you are? No, they don't. Or even if you're a young performing artist or a non-performing artist, does your audience know? Does your buyer know who you are? No, they don't, because you're not personally branded. You know, Robert Kiyosaki said something really, really interesting, which actually made me focus on my own personal branding. He said, if you are not a brand, you are a commodity. And how true? If you're not a brand, you can't possibly drive loyalties towards you. You can't drive respect. You can't drive people's affection and trust for you. And if you can't do all that, then you're not a brand. You're just a mere commodity. Use, throw. Change, switch, no loyalties. So it's so important that you first become a brand and then step into the world, ending up with every idea of yours, every vision of yours, every dream of yours, ending it all that up with stunning, stunning realities. So let's traverse a journey on personal branding today. So here's my 6 sledgehammering hacks which you can use to get yourself very effectively branded. The first most important one is focus. You got to be very, very focused with your communication. You have a target demography to get into, whether you're a student, whether you're a budding professional, whether you are a budding entrepreneur, whether you are a budding artist, a writer, whoever. There is a target demography. Your tribe, your people who will be buying into you. Here's something very important. Remember something. Nobody buys your product. They buy into you. They buy your product because they have trust and they have loyalty towards you. And therefore, why I'm so emphatically talking about personal branding today. If the world doesn't know you, you will not be able to connect to your advantage. So if you are very focused, very clear that this is who I am, this is what I want to be, and this is where I want to go, then your communication should have these 3 clear elements. Focus. The second most important sledgehammering hack is be genuine. People love people who are transparent and who are authentic and who communicate genuinely. Don't talk about things that you aren't. You know, the whole world, the moment you open your mouth, the whole world will recognize who you actually are. You can't get away by spinning stories that you aren't. There's no point in that. Be genuine, be very, very authentic. That's exactly how I am. It doesn't matter whether you like me or not. Loving me or hating me is your problem. But I'm not going to change my very clear thinking that I am going to be as genuine and as authentic as possible. The third most important sledgehammering hack is create positive impacts. You see, people love people who are positive, right? Now imagine you communicate both your body language and your what you want to say from your mind. If there's even an iota of criticism in it, or a comparison with someone negatively, you switch off people. They're not interested in knowing what your pain areas are. They are interested in knowing how positively you can impact them to handle their pain areas. So when you personally brand yourself, the third important hack is you must keep your communication so positive it impacts your target demography. It impacts very, very genuinely the people who are going to walk life hand in hand with you. The fourth most important sledgehammering hack is provide value. Provide value for people or to people with all that you have achieved. Even if the value is just inspiring them. Fair enough. Inspire them through your communications. Exactly what I'm doing today, right? I'm inspiring you to personally brand yourself. Now, I think it's so important that even if you're not trying to sell something or trying to connect to your advantage, which obviously we all do to a certain extent, it should always begin with first you providing value to your target audience. If you're a student, for example, you're reaching out to the head of HR through your personal branding. How do you provide value? You provide value by communicating to them how you could possibly 10x whatever that organization is doing if you got hired by them. Now, it shouldn't be a strategy or a 10x formula which you just christened out of the air. No, it should be a communication of something that you already done or studied towards, and you are very confident to deliver that 10x. In the same way, every professional, every business entrepreneur, every artist, every writer, every whatever have you, each one must be able to deliver some value to be accepted as whoever you are. The fifth important sledgehammering hack is be consistent throughout. Be consistent throughout. It doesn't matter how often people may criticize what you are communicating. It doesn't matter whether people tend to look at you and then stop looking at you, or tend to remember you and then stop remembering you. That's not important. Your communication should be constant. It should be constant throughout. It is only in constant. Remember something, that you are reaching out to 8 billion people across the world, and in the world of virtual existences, through internet, social media handles, channels, or whatever. There are no more boundaries. There are absolutely no more boundaries. You can reach anywhere into the world, any which way you can. So there are a lot of people out there, part of your TG, who are waiting to find someone like you they can connect with, and that can only happen if you are very, very consistent in your communications. Finally, my sixth important sledgehammering hack is join a community. That's very important. Because in a community, there are numbers. There are people just like you. You will also have a very large mix of a target audience that you are reaching out to. For example, coming back again, student. Join a community which has a lot of HR people in it. Artists, join a community which has art lovers in it. Writers, join a community which has a lot of book readers and a lot of other writers too, to get amazing information or get amazing tips on how to write better. Why not? Entrepreneurs, professionals, the same advice. I run a community called the Sledgehammer's Edge Universe, and it's a community which has a mix of people, and there's a constant meeting up there. There's a lot of networking happening. There's a lot of sessions that are taken there. There's various planets within this universe which provide so much of dreams and systems to reach iconic world-class levels. Now, if you join a community, that's what you get. So, that's my advice to you. First, start looking at personal branding. That's very, very important. Get focused, be genuine, be straight, communicate a lot of positivity, impact people with your values, and be a part of a community and grow. Well then, here's your mentor, your friend, your transformational catalyst, whatever have you. Signing off for now. See you soon. Take care.